Call this meeting to order.
Commissioner Buckner.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
Okay, Mark, you may stand up now. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Election, Paul, please.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you today. We thank you for this democracy. We thank you for the opportunity to go to the polls to vote. We ask your blessing upon us. We ask in this season of Thanksgiving that you give us an attitude of gratitude in all that we do. And all these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
The attitude of gratitude.
I love that.
The consent agenda is posted, and it's also on our website, so I ask for a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you so much. We do have two tabled agenda items, and neither one of them, I think, are ready for action. This is the excessive force prohibition the Sheriff's Department decided last week that probably was not what would help them enforce the law. And so we sent that to Travis, and he agreed. And so he's working on a compromise between the other form and one that he thinks should do that. So I think we need to table this until we get that form from Travis.
No action is necessary. It will stay on the table agenda until you take it up.
Okay, so we are tabling that item. Next item, pretty much the same thing. This is the memorandum of understanding concerning who will handle the duties required in this grant application. We sent them, I think, a 17-page form that we had been using before with MAC, and so they sent back this basically one page, says we will do everything but these 2 items or 3 items that the grant says that you must do. So their statement of we will do everything else pretty well covered 16 pages. So we're working on that, and we'll again table this until we get a form that everybody's happy with. So tabled. Now we're in general or regular business, and we will have a bid opening for the mobile jail system. That's the correct title of it. I put an application or an explanation of what that does, and it's just a better communication system where they have a handheld device that records what time the nurse was there, what time all the normal routine things are done, and records it in a very timely manner. So, go ahead.
Yeah, they call this a mobile jail management system,
Mobile jail management system, okay.
which makes more sense. The other sounds like a car.
I thought they were gonna put cells on turtles. Okay,
We only have one bid, and here it is. From Global Public Safety Jail Tracker.
okay. So, we will look at that over the week and make sure it complies with all the rules and regulations, and probably act on it maybe next week. So that's done. So we had one public opening of a bid. Approve RFQ for miscellaneous CMAR projects. I think you were gonna take care of this.
I will. Going through all the RFQs and with help from others, Jamie, like a couple of them around our county. We are going to go with the FGMA Architects, and just some reasons there. Of course, they've been in business, of course, since '45. They've worked previously on buildings that we've have in the county: St. Francis County 911 Center, Farmington Police Department, Farmington Fire Department, and they work well with the SSC that we've got in place for the road and bridge already. So I think with them, they make a better fit, and that's who we're gonna go with.
Okay,
I make that motion that we go with
okay.
FGMA.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
No.
Okay. And now, do you have any questions or comments? That's Jamie Crump sitting right there if you do have.
Don't take my
That's-
Weren't they the ones, was this a different one from what they were late with?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
one.
Oh yeah, this is different, yes.
Okay, any other questions, comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Appointment to the PHA board, this is, we have a letter from them requesting that Stephanie Bennett and Laura Miller be reappointed to re-fulfill their existing jobs. They have agreed to continue, so they have requested that reinstatement. So a motion?
PHA is
I'll make a motion to approve the appointment, to reapprove the appointment to the PHA board for Stephanie Bennett and Laura Miller.
Second?
Second.
Okay, now, you had a comment?
PHA, for those that aren't, Public Housing
Okay.
Administration. And Stephanie Bennett, for those who don't know, she's the lady that's in charge of the CMO Family Violence over there in Bonne Terre. Does a great job, working in very tough situations. If you don't know her, they're in Bonne Terre.
Okay.
I don't know them.
Don't know where they're at.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Those people are doing a hard work job well.
Yeah.
Annexation of 1127 Old Fredericktown Road into the city of Farmington. This was requested by the city to clarify some internal records they had. Motion?
I make that motion that we approve the annexation of 1127 Old Fredericktown Road to the city of Farmington.
Second?
Second.
Questions?
This is something I don't think that you guys done yet, but when, this is clearing up that, but when the city takes something in, they have to notify you, so you take it off your
Yeah.
books and basically.
And that's what this does. Okay, any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Abandonment or transfer of Doss Road. John, you gonna talk about this? Section of Doss Road.
John Gross, Highway Administrator. We have been in contact with the city of Park Hills for them to take over the maintenance of Doss Road, which they wish to do, but this is something that we cannot put on the agenda till the beginning of the new quarter, or new term, which will be January 4th, I believe. So usually when we give a road back, I know we've given roads back to the city of Farmington before, we pay for the overlay, make sure the road's in great condition, and then we turn that back over, the maintenance back over to whichever municipality that would be. In this particular case, we have a tractor that we were gonna sell on Purple Wave that the city of Park Hills is interested in. The appraised value of that tractor is less than what it would cost for us to overlay Doss Road
Why
before
don't
we
we
give
say
it back.
about equal to what, yeah,
It's close.
okay.
But it is under. So there has been a verbal agreement with the city of Park Hills that they would take that tractor and the maintenance of Doss Road without us improving Doss Road before it's given back.
So break about even on the money.
Break about even, but like I say, we cannot have any action on this till January,
Okay.
start of the new term.
So this is a report,
This is a report.
okay? Okay, any questions? Yes, John, or
You're
Bob.
gonna continue to maintain it until
That is correct.
January?
That is correct, until it's actually in their hands.
Well,
So the transfer of maintenance of Doss Road wouldn't really happen until March, after that new term.
Okay, Louis?
Where is Doss Road?
Doss Road is off of Parkway Drive. It lays to the east of Parkway Drive.
It is a dead end,
It is a dead end.
and it'll be part of the new Ameren complex.
It'll be real close to that, yep.
It's right beside it.
And I've been on Doss Road, and we have done very little maintenance to it.
Very little maintenance. The road width right now is currently 14, 15 feet wide,
Park Hills taking all the land, but not the road.
not the road.
So,
Okay, any other questions?
That is, the January 4th is the start of the session because we are technically off on the 3rd because New Year's
Correct.
falls on that weekend.
So the first term will be a Tuesday,
And the
Yes.
first term will be,
New term will
it's
be a
always a
Tuesday.
Monday, it's gonna be a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
okay.
So
Okay,
we will have that ready for you guys.
okay, so this is a report
It
that
is.
we're going to basically trade Doss Road for a tractor that we were gonna sell anyway.
Correct.
And so, and for about the equal amount, so it works out well. They wanted a mowing
which
tractor
we were
and we
gonna
needed to
pay
get rid
to
of it.
pay, so.
Yes, and they've already approved this in their city council meeting
Okay,
to do this, but we cannot put it on
We got
until
all
the new
the
term.
steps.
Yep.
have you got that new mowing tractor on order or
Yes.
what state of that?
It's on order.
On order.
Yes.
So we're gonna
Okay.
trade him that in future considerations or
They may take in a
a
couple
mower,
other sections
mower to
of
be named
roadway.
later or what?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you for that report, Tom.
Thank
Request striping for Berry Road by the Dollar General Store, is that you? Come on up, please, and state your name on the microphone before you speak.
And that you need address? You want a name or an address?
Christy Jenkins, and I live up in an area that's really getting super busy, and I'm just requesting some striping or something. There's nothing, when you come off the highway, first of all, there's 4 or 5 people sitting at that intersection now on the
We have a
highway.
picture on the board if you want, or on the screen if you want to talk about it.
I know it looks a little different right now.
Yeah.
GIS
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
updated with the Dollar General that's there.
If I had a pointer, if you go to the first, that was second exit heading up north, when you make that exit and try to head north, you got lights coming at us this way, Dollar General now, but, we have a bus stop, we have a concrete company.
Just to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you head north and that's a straight road, but then, and it kinda got meshed into a curvy road.
And you have to come down here to head north, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
don't
Well,
head north
yeah,
out of
say,
this one.
say you're getting off the highway here and you head north.
On which, head north on which
On
island?
this outer road
On
right
the
here.
outer
on
road.
Barry,
Yeah.
We
Okay,
just
so
need-
coming from here over to here is your
Coming
problem.
from here, do that again, I'm sorry, I didn't see.
From over here, over
Right.
to here.
No,
The other way.
oh, that's
The
a
other
problem
way.
too, we can
That's
get it,
a
I don't use driving over there, we might as well just forget the highway. Coming from the highway off and heading north.
Is this the northbound lane right here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I mean on Barry,
Oh, okay.
I'm
North
over
on
here on
Barry.
Barry.
you're sitting in the middle, Harold. You're
It
sitting
is.
in the middle.
Yeah, it's just, it's hard to tell, people can't even, there's no striping, so you're running, and I know I don't have a pointer, this is a straight section of concrete on Berry. If you get up past here where you can't see, it kinda meshes into this curvy, come over to meet another straight way up there. It's just-
Okay, now, we have a complication. John, you wanna talk about, come on up and talk,
Okay.
about, difference in state and county and all that right at that
So
area.
you don't have a pointer?
No, I didn't bring it with me. I've been busy.
Okay. Can you go back to the map?
I'd try.
Alright.
It would be pointless.
Pointless.
And that's part of the reason I have problems right there.
Alright. So, after looking at the agenda yesterday, I contacted MoDOT and their right-of-way division to see exactly where their right-of-way lies up there.
Can I tell you, thank you for filling the holes?
Yeah, you're
Oh
welcome.
my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome. So, we're very unsure of where MoDOT's right-of-way is. When Berry Road was given back to us for maintenance, the old State 67.
Mhm.
So, right now, what you see are these yellow lines. That shows all of MoDOT's right-of-way. But we know that MoDOT does not maintain Berry Road.
And they keep,
So we're trying to see exactly where their right-of-way lies here.
okay,
Right now, the rest of Berry Road has a 60-foot right-of-way. And if you take that through the intersection, we go about middle ways of this intersection. But the problem that she's talking about, if you're going north on Berry and you have traffic merging in here, if you're not watching from here, this traffic can just go straight through.
They don't have lines either.
They don't have lines.
We don't have nothing.
So we did install a stop sign at Dollar General,
Yeah, you did, thank you.
which really wasn't something that we should have done, but we did because of the congestion there.
Because they just
Yeah,
got
right.
right.
So you're gonna have to get the highway department's permission to line it?
Right.
What we would like,
Is that to do it?
depending on how things go next year, with the possibility of rebuilding Berry Road Bridge at Cherokee Lake, we will do away
What
with
do
the
you mean
second.
possibility?
I'm so
Well,
thrilled.
we gotta see how things go.
it's a done deal.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
We would really like to do away with the second grade crossing
oh, yeah.
Yes.
and move that, and that would alleviate all the problems.
This morning I got on just,
Well, it's a long way from Berry Road or Cash Lane to JJ. That's a long way to
Well, I'm not gonna say we would eliminate all ag grade crossings,
Okay, minimize.
but maybe this one,
Would you do a right in, right out?
we could do that.
Good, yes.
That's what we've talked to MoDOT about coming
And just
south,
eliminate the crossover?
the crossover.
Mhm.
Or
Right,
which
with that
Dollar
little
General
white
we
vehicle,
decide
or
about
whatever
that?
color that vehicle is, and that little, that would be nice to
It's
just
so-
keep.
And that's the problem, you have traffic there, and the traffic going north on Berry, everybody's trying to merge together. You can't stop traffic
Back here,
in the intersection,
Right.
or then you have people congested sitting out in the
I
middle of
think you
southbound
don't wanna put a
67.
stop sign on 67 there.
yeah.
So that's the problem.
And then add the concrete business, that started, it's just really,
That's one of the big pushes to rebuild this bridge,
yeah,
is working with MoDOT, we can close some of these at-grade crossings
yeah.
and try to clean that
And
area.
then
even right
they can-
there-
If they come up with some money, they can use safety money
Safety,
on some of that, if they close down some,
Yes.
that's why we had to close all the ones there. Cause the only way I could get those on and offs at the fairgrounds and a couple of places in it is to be able to use safety to show how many people had died trying to cross
Oh,
over.
gosh.
And I know that Booz and Mark and Sism weren't pleased when, but You haven't heard the ambulances go up there at
Right.
that crossover south.
It's all in the effort of safety, so.
Yep.
It's really hard for us to sign or strike, we can't, on MoDOT right away. So we have to see where their jurisdiction is and what they can do. Really, the only thing that we can maintain in that whole area is the stop sign coming south on Berry, the stop sign going north on Berry.
That's it.
That's it,
And we got people taking them out all the time, though.
I know. So
Okay,
really, that's all we,
Not
have-
per-
that's
not
all that we
supposed
can
to.
regulate.
Okay, so what is your recommendation?
Yeah, what can,
Wait till I hear back from MoDOT.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
and we've got a brand
contacted-
new, and we've got a brand new district engineer there that's,
We have a new area engineer, which used to be our bridge inspector,
yeah,
so we
Chris
have.
Crocker.
Yes.
Nice guy, but he's backed
He's good.
up and,
Yeah.
you know, in new territory.
We have good relations with him based on all of our bridge inspection over the last 6 to 8 years.
I've talked to him last week.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
we are
Bob,
waiting to hear back.
John, where is the new Dollar General store located?
Right here.
yeah, that's all, it looks very nice, by the way.
Here you go.
Oh, I can't write on it? Dollar General is right here.
that's an older picture
And that-
without the store in it.
And all the other stuff's gone.
And there's a concrete plant
It's a
that
big
enters
parking
in
lot.
Berry right here.
And there's only one entrance into Dollar General, where
There's
that
yes.
other one isn't there no more, which is, but there's also a school bus stop right
I know,
there
there's a
too.
school bus just
Yeah,
up.
it's up on top of the hill up here, I
And
believe.
see, there's, like this
Mobile.
morning, I passed a concrete truck. There's no way
Okay.
to tell where you're
Now, you
at.
say they took out one of the entrances, did they leave this upper entrance?
No, it's gone.
It's
So
gone.
they left this one?
It's
Yes.
only that, so,
Oh, okay.
You need to contact North County Schools when you have your discussion, because they
Right.
should have some input
Yes.
with their buses.
They do.
I mean,
And they're so excited. if we
They,
get this
they,
moved.
Oh, me
they've
too.
sent a letter of support and John and them assured that, well, we
Letter of
both there
support
with
for
the
the bridge.
state also.
right.
Yeah.
Cause they don't wanna
Whatever
be
projects.
I won't-
entering the highway either,
Me
in
neither.
secondary crossings.
so how far would you have to go down, Cash Lane, or do you have to go that far?
Just depends on what we can get done with MoDOT and, their cooperation and safety from the state, that if we can get extra funding, there's several options that we've explored. Maybe closing some at-grade crossings and possibly
They'll probably wanna do J-turn.
Now, we're
right-in,
trying to-
right-outs.
We're even
Right in,
trying
right
to
out.
get them to change the word J-turn to legal U-turn. Because people are familiar with U-turns and they like
I don't even
that,
know what
but
a J-turn
J-turn's
is.
new.
What's a J-turn?
Well, that's the new form of a J-turn, but it's different, a U-turn, but it's different.
Or acceleration.
Because
It
it's
gives
new,
you
people don't like it.
area on the outside in order for you to merge in the traffic and go the
Oh,
other
okay.
direction.
So you don't
Acceleration.
want 2 mile
Acceleration, yeah, I like
Oh,
that.
But the
okay.
problem with, the
Right.
problem with the existing U-turn, J-turns, is that they're not big enough for long trucks. And so the trucks sometimes wind up back in that lane of traffic.
This morning, there was two sitting on the northbound side of the highway trying to get off, two sitting parked in front of Dollar General and 2 cars in the
I've been
center,
working
so,
on
I mean,
it
we're
for
just,
years and they like it.
it's a,
But they gotta change
Well,
their habits.
Like I say, I contacted MoDOT yesterday with the right of way division, and once we hear back from them,
how long do
we
you
can
think on
possibly
that?
make it right.
Like a year or?
What's that?
On maybe getting some striping, we're looking maybe,
Well, I mean, we can't stripe on MoDOT's right.
can I?
No. You can, but you might be visiting this guy right here.
I'll do it.
There are some on the
There
other
are
side.
some really good guys out there that keep up for you.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta measure, I can stay.
And that's what I was saying, the only part that we can
And
regulate.
and you
is
get
north
hit
and
out
south.
there and then we'll be wondering about that, so.
It's just getting tough.
It is,
I don't
it really
mean to
is.
complain, it's just getting tough
Well-
to tell, there's so much traffic.
And that was one of our big reasons for trying to build this bridge back on Berry.
Right,
And
oh
Cherokee
gosh,
Landing,
right.
was all the increased traffic that's up there, all the new,
Crazy.
construction going in. There may even be more
Right.
truck traffic in the near future,
Really?
yeah.
Well, I would give
Oh, from
MoDOT the opportunity
that-
to fix the problem. If they don't fix the problem, have them give us permission to
Yes.
fix it
And
ourselves.
that's it.
Right.
Or
Good.
Ms. Jenkins,
Yeah, I mean,
get her a bucket of
I mean,
paint.
if, you know, I might be doing this stuff, I got whatever to do.
The problem is anywhere
I get her done.
a county road intersects a MoDOT highway,
Yes.
they are the ones responsible for regulating and signage entering their road. So we do not sign or strike anything entering a MoDOT right away.
It's liability.
It's liability.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, we want you to know, we understand your concerns.
Yes.
Good
We
deal.
are trying
And
everything
we
we
appreciate you
can.
coming in.
And what's sad is, we may have a new road there and we've already extracted and everything before we can get permission from them, so.
And, well, at least there's some positive
But
somewhere.
that'll
So-
only be probably for Berry Road.
We're.
Ours will only be for Berry
Barry.
Yeah, for Barry Road only.
So the intersection will have an issue.
Still have it.
And most,
Oh, I don't
most
care about
places
that.
where,
Once the bridge goes in, I take care of that, I won't go there.
most ag crossings between Berry and 67 have a significant distance, where this one only has about 50 feet.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
then
the
you got this-
narrowest ag crossing we have, so traffic does get congested there.
Okay.
State Park?
Be a perfect
Oh,
ride.
Yeah, they're not, it's,
We love to have an overpass at State Park.
Oh,
Well,
well,
yeah.
now we're going.
that's
to
a whole
Now
nother
that's
issue,
a
right?
whole other world.
Yeah,
Shoot for the
yeah.
stars.
Well, thank you
Well,
so
thanks for
much.
listening, I really appreciate
And
it.
that intersection
They'll put
there,
signs up and people will be calling, why are you building a deer cross right there?
Okay, well, thank you. Permission to solicit bids, uniform services. John, it's your turn again.
You want me to take it, Amber, or you want it? Either way. Alright.
We're getting used to you.
That's alright.
Let's do it.
Amber. This is basically a formality. The current contract that we are under, states that if we do not send a letter to Clean, which is the current vendor that we have, that the contract would auto-renew for 4 years. So basically, we need to send them a letter saying that we do not opt into the auto-renew, and then in February, we will solicit bids for uniform services. So it's road and bridge, it's the assessor's office, it's maintenance, it's Weber Road, it's the jail, everybody's lumped together in this one contract. So,
Is
When we
this-
bid it out next time, we need to make sure that this bids just don't come together. One of them ends a few
Well,
months
that's
before the next one starts, we need to make them.
Okay,
Yes,
so
but
that's where
what
it ties
everybody
in the
writes
annual
their
bid?
this is not an annual bid, this is a competitive bid.
Okay.
The annual bids fall about 3 to 4 weeks later after this competitive bid. So if we do it as an annual bid, we're gonna have 4, 5, 6 weeks of lag where we're not provided a service.
Okay.
So we will just keep this as a competitive bid.
I think it was the letter that Bridget sent.
And when are you gonna
I
have
like,
it
let's
ready?
just make sure we
What's
send that to.
When are you gonna have the bid ready?
We will do it in February, or well, in March.
We just have to notify
Or
them
either
like 90 days out
Yeah.
before
The
the
idea is
contract
we need a letter
ends.
of
Yes,
cancellation.
so I like
So it
Bridget's
does
letter,
not
if we need to
auto-renew.
sign it or whatever we need to do, we'll do that.
You
get it
guys
out, but I
should
like
have
that
a
letter,
copy of
takes
that.
care of it all.
We
and
just
then-
need
Okay,
that
you
signed.
have, I need a motion to solicit bids.
No,
Give
we're
permission.
No, I think,
Well, that's the way it's worded.
I know, but I think you need you need a motion to end the contract with,
Clean.
Clean and solicit, in order to solicit bids,
Okay.
for
Uniform services.
Okay,
farm
well-
services. That way it does both.
That's the way it's on the agenda, so we'll need to amend that or change that wording. But I need a motion to send a letter to end the contract
And,
at the end of this year.
right, and you can do that in conjunction with soliciting bids for uniform services.
Is end of this year the correct wording, or is there a specific date?
Has to be within 90 days of February 12th, I
Okay.
believe.
The contract end date is set, we just have to notify them 90 days ahead of time that we are not renewing the contract.
Okay.
That's what,
Not
Does
au- automatically.
Not automatic.
Correct.
It doesn't say that we can't go with that vendor again,
Okay,
should they win the competitive bid. We're just not gonna auto-renew that contract for the
Okay.
next 4 years.
all right. Okay, do I have that motion?
So if I'm right,
Yeah.
you want me to make a motion to end the contract with the uniform, and it would be the company that we are
End the contract with
Yeah.
Clean Uniform Company.
with Clean Uniform, and then we will solicit
Solicit
bids in the future, which this exists of uniforms and mats, right? The
Mats,
and the
towels.
Towels,
Yeah.
for the courthouse.
Fabric,
Yeah.
launderable fabric.
for all, and I will, second that.
Okay, questions?
Who's going to send the contract
Send the letter.
or send the letter to Sturman?
Do we have
You guys should have a copy of it
I've
on
got a
our
copy.
letterhead.
Okay, I should put that on the letter, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
want,
can put that on
It's on the road and bridge
Do it,
letterhead,
you know.
though.
I got it, I send it.
Okay.
I get it sent to the right.
Questions?
people, I just need to know.
I sent
Bob?
Is there any concern with the existing vendor?
There is, there's been
Okay.
some issues, and, you know, we just wanna bid it back out, see what kind of price difference we can get.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get a better price with a different vendor, or maybe we'll get a better price with the current vendor that we have.
Okay.
And you should tell them what our complaints are.
Right, and right now, like I say, everybody's lumped together in one contract, and maybe one of the departments are not getting served the way they should.
Okay.
well, no, my memory serves me right, we bid this out, I mean, this contract has been in place for what, the last 3 years?
At least.
So I mean, it's time to go ahead and seek
Rebid.
out and see what other companies may be available to provide the services that maybe couldn't
Right.
before.
And
Sure.
it keeps, oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I just, from Richard's letter, I understood that we were all gonna have to bid this out separately. Is that not true? It's all gonna be through Road and Bridge?
I would prefer it not to be.
Well, it's just, I don't think Road and Bridge wants the responsibility of bidding your stuff out, your stuff. I think if everyone can coordinate together and compile one big bid, that would be the best case
If
scenario.
everybody wants to, if you guys wanna take, your responsibility of getting what your services are, and then we can all put those together,
Is it best to stick with one company?
maybe not. You know, we take several vendors on rock and asphalt to provide us with a better service, depending on where we're at in the county, so.
And you use them all year
And we use them
long?
all. So who's to say that Clean can't provide us the best service, but maybe the sheriff's department, one of the other vendors would provide them the best
Maybe
service?
somebody else got a better match
That's
service
right.
and somebody
That's
else.
So if we keep things divided per department, we may be able to be served better than what we are by.
You could solicit one bid with all the details for each department listed
So,
separately.
we've got a couple months before we're doing this,
We
so
do.
you're instructing them to get with the auditor's office and come up with best practices on this bid? And then let us know
I
what it
think,
is?
Exactly.
That's what I thought
That
you
wasn't in
said.
the motion, was it?
Well, I think that was the intent of the overall motion.
Okay.
or the
Well, and we
department
don't
heads
even
that are
make a
being
motion
served.
to do that, we
together
just,
and-
we
No,
would
it
just like
doesn't,
that
that's
done.
best
for the-
practices is what you're striving for.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any other comments?
I suggest that you send that certified mail to assure that they received it.
That's a good idea.
Bob?
How does this affect the, new budget? I mean, if, are you
So we budgeted for the current price that we
contract?
have within the road and bridge. I don't know about the sheriff's department or any other of the departments, but, I mean, we know that prices are going up on most material goods right now, so
Because it's not just coming out of yours, correct? It should be coming out. of-
Everybody's paying for
everybody's
it.
paying for it.
Yeah, everybody is. So, yeah, there wouldn't be a, I guess, it'd be just like they're doing now, except each one would be in charge of their own
Services are budgeted
service.
per year.
Yeah.
So they would have to amend their budget if it's high.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Okay.
possibly.
Any other questions? Quickly, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next meeting, right here next week. All y'all come back. Other possibilities, correspondence? Public comments? Departmental reports?
We have an election going on today.
I have your name on the board.
What it is. And,
Almost.
unfortunately, it's a special election, which, just for Farmington, but we have to do the same things. So like last night, Friday night, we had to be open, no, last night we had to be open 5. Saturday, our people had to be there from 8 till noon, even though only one person voted, which thanks Dana, so that we had some participation on Saturday morning. And today, we had to have everybody in
I
at
thought it
5
was secret
o'clock.
vote. Here you just published the name.
It didn't
Well, no,
say-
you
didn't
know
say
who
who
vo- who
voted.
voted.
That's public knowledge who voted.
Who voted.
It's how they voted is. All right, so that's where we're at. I just checked with a couple of them to the precincts. They're reading quite a bit because like this one up here is our second or third largest precinct in the county, and they are
Already eating lunch by now. and,
22 votes by 9:30.
Third box of donuts.
So, yeah,
Right.
they-
Okay.
They're looking forward to lunch.
Okay.
And we should have the results. We're not, just forget, we're not doing it electronically because that saves some money. There's things that we have to do. We're down to 5. We have to have 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans in every precinct, so
I
we're
thought
down to
you'd
5.
done
So
Okay.
we're trying to make it as cheap as we can for Farmington, but you gotta do certain, they say, well, can't you not do that? No, you legally have to do those things. So we're doing the minimum that we have to legally do, and then charging them, they're charged with 100% of the cost of this.
Are all the precincts open?
The 4 in Farmington are open. That was one of the things they talked about, is combining all the precincts, and I discourage that greatly, because that makes the people look like you're trying to do something underhanded if you're not voting the same.
Can't
place
find
they
their
always vote.
precinct,
They
yeah.
can't,
Okay. Now, we still have people coming in River Road facility wanting doctor's office, and it hadn't been there since 2015.
Well, I took their supplemental coverage and their cash.
Yeah, okay, just to make sure that they were happy, okay. Public
Check their
hearing,
feet.
I'm moving on now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We will have a public hearing here on November 15th at 6 p.m. about the, changes being made at the old Mineral Area Regional Medical Center building. It's going to be a big deal. And so that's his place for public comment. It's kind of supposed to be public needs, and if you have a need that would like to have aired, please bring them in at that time. But it's gonna be an interesting meeting. Tell you what all is to be done here, and it's good for our community. So, this is gonna be published by the East Missouri Action Agency, the meeting will be. And so, but I wanna get the word out too, that, really looking forward to this meeting, and there'll be a presentation at that time of what the plans are.
Where's the meeting at here?
The public hearing will be here.
All right, and they are doing the legal publication.
Yes, they are handling the
They are
publication,
making sure they're
notification,
doing it legal.
it'll be in the paper, all that, and that is a copy of their tentative notice that I published right there. So, with filling in the dates and all that stuff. But I just wanted people to know that that's coming up, and I really encourage you showing up. And there's been $6 million donated already by a private person on that major building. He's now spending about $1.5 million on this back building right here, and that is being converted to a homeless shelter. Now, right now up here at the helipad, we have 2 containers that have been converted to 10 overnight homeless shelters, and the people go down to this building to shower, laundry, bathroom, that kind of stuff. It's open 24/7, but and that's where they go down to reserve a room for the night and all that, and get code entry to the door of their cubicle. But the 2 containers here will probably be moved to Washington County. And the helipad will be leveled, and this will be a whole other purpose here. And then our local homeless people will be in this area. And I'm told that if you drive through Farmington early morning, you'll see a lot of homeless people out. What they do, they find little areas in the public buildings around downtown and harbor themselves there during the night, and then they get up and leave early, so nobody will know they're there, and nobody will shut that off from them.
There's 2 at the quick shop by 5 o'clock this morning that I got past that when I went.
Yeah.
I'd never
And they
noticed
get
them
up
before.
early and get away from there, so the people don't know that they're using that just for a place to stay at night. There is a drastic need for these people to have a place, and Farmington is kind of the focal point that they come to. So, I encourage people to know that this public hearing will be there. Okay, any questions? Okay,
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you all, I appreciate it.